Today, we talk about...
But I understand, like, some people just don't belong in comedy clubs. They just, like what we were talking about off the air was, you know, exposure to testosterone supplements. So for those that don't know, you are should I call you a bodybuilder or should I call you?
I am a bodybuilder. I'm going to be in a competition next year, so I'm not there yet. So if you're wondering why I'm not 300 pounds, it's a work in progress.
But more generically, you are a fitness trainer.
I'm a personal trainer.
So if you are looking for personal training in the New York City area, this is your guy. Let me tell you.
But like I was telling you, do not call me. Do not. First of all, don't call me ever. But
his number will be in the description.
Right.
Yeah.
But don't contact me if you're not willing to do the things I'm going to have you do. Because people come to me all the time and they're like, I have a goal. I'm like, that's great. Let's hear your goals to lose some body fat, build some muscle, whatever it is. And week 2, they're just like, oh man, this is hard. And I'm like, no shit. It's
supposed to give me the shortcut.
Yeah, there are no shortcuts. Right. Like it doesn't exist. But what you do gain in the long run is worth it. It's so worth it.
Right.
I mean, listen, I'm a big believer in starting things and finishing and doing it the right way. You know, I think there's more than just the result. It's that feeling of like I finished it. You know, big believer in that. Because I'm a naturally lazy person, so when I push myself to actually do something, it's like holy shit. I feel it. You know, like if I did it, I'm not the smartest person by any means, and I'm not the strongest person. I'm not the most disciplined person. But if I can do it, anyone can fucking do it.
Right.
Really. Just
see, but I think you're cut from a different cloth when you think that, because lucky for you, you have that little piece in you, which I don't think, unfortunately, most people have. Like for most people, it's like, wait, what am I missing? And they don't see that hard work is like kind of necessary. It's like kind of a thing that needs to be done to reach certain feats. You know, you can't just climb Mount Everest with a fucking airplane. Like you can't just.
Right.
You know.
Well, listen. For instance, I was talking to one of my friends. He's an actor, and I'm like, dude, I think I want to get into acting. And he's like, pfft. And he had the right to say that to me because he's spent years cultivating like this talent he has into something, and I'm just here like, yeah, I want to just dabble in this. And he had the right response, which was, pfft.
I would debate that, but continue.
Well, let me finish let me finish my point of view. And I can see it both ways, but my point is that it takes a lot of time to craft that. I would imagine to craft that kind of skill to kind of hone that. Like I don't know. Sure. Like, I've never been an actor, so I don't know the things that are involved. I have weird things where I can't make eye contact with people, so like I can imagine on camera, I'd just be like,
oh, that's why you want to look at the camera, not me.
I don't know where to look. I have no presence in terms of framing. Like I don't. But these are things you learn, right? You don't just walk up on stage and know how to perform, and you learn that. It's a process, and it takes time, and you can work with voice. People who really care about it and who are really serious about it take the time to invest in that. So when someone just says, I want to do this, I want to do it right now. Well, it's like, good for you. You just woke up. It's like...
Those are two different statements, though.
Maybe.
I want to do this, and I want to do this right now. Those are very different statements.
Okay.
If you were to say, I want to do this right now, I think your friend is justified to be like... Okay. But if you were to be like, I want to do this, I don't think the right response from a seasoned actor should be... I think it should be, hey, either A, I'm so good at this because I've been doing this so long, so yeah, please give this a shot.
Well, most actors are C-notes, you know that. That's really why he went, you want to be an actor.
Exactly. But yeah, more importantly, like, I think if you're good at something, A, you shouldn't be, what's the right word? Not challenged. You shouldn't be threatened by someone that wants to enter your field.
Right.
Because if they're really not cut out for it, they will find out soon enough. And if it's really as hard as you think it is because you've been doing it for so long, you'd be like, all right, he'll figure it out on his own. Or he or she.
Right.
Now, the other piece of it too is I think certain people in creative endeavors where it's not like, hey, fill out the multiple choice in the right format and you move on to the next stage in life. No, in the creative arts, music, entertainment, anything entertainment, acting, comedy, whatever, there are going to be certain people that within 1 year will get way farther than you ever could in 30 years.
Right.
And just because you fucking put in 30 years doesn't fucking mean you're entitled to be funny. Like, someone may just have it.
Right.
You know?
There are, well, it's funny, I should tell a story. I'll tell without dropping names, but I was speaking to someone recently who has been doing comedy for about 20 plus years, maybe 25 years. And, you know, they kind of had this attitude where it was like, you know, you just, you start this thing and you think you're gonna, like, it was basically, I'm not gonna even say he or she, the person was like, you know, had a lot of opinions on my comedy, let's just say.
Your comedy.
And keeping in mind, I am very green, but...
Yeah, 2 years versus decades. Yep.
But I will say this, I am way funnier than this fucking person. I have no issue saying that.
This is objective.
And then but I was really annoyed what this person had said to me, and I'm like, you're like ripping it apart. Like, I'm just like, wait a minute. This is the anger of and listen, I'm not the person who doesn't take feedback well. Like, I take feedback well all the time. I've had, I would say more often than not, shitty performances, and I'm like, okay, you know, my stutter is going too crazy. I'm mumbling too much. My pacing is not right.
But you hear that because you want to get better. Like,
exactly. Yeah. I'm fine with that. But what I was hearing there was, I've been doing this for 25 years, and you're already better than me. Right. Or I've been hearing, I've been doing this for 25 years, and I'm not anywhere. And it's like, you don't get something.
It's like a projection. It's like, yeah.
Well, I'm like, I would never do this for 25 years. I'm going to do it for 3. If I'm not famous in 3, then I'm not
meant for this, and I'm moving on.
Yeah, I'm going to go work at Starbucks.
Which requires a certain mentality as well. It's like, hey, I'm going to give this a fair shot, but I'm not going to be delusional about it. I'm going to.
What person is going to fail at something for 25 years and then, like that makes you better? Like, no, that makes you dumber. Like, I've only been failing at it for 2 years. You've been failing for 25. Like, I'll take 2. Like, that's. And I would say barely 2. I would say about 1, really, if we're being fair. So yeah, I think like. I get that bitterness of like the older kind of, I've been doing this for a while.
Oh, I get why they're bitter. Yeah.
Right. And just because you put in the time doesn't mean...
Doesn't entitle you to shit.
It's right. It doesn't. When it comes to comedy and entertainment, there are definitely factors. There's people who are more talented. There are people who, there are people who are less talented and become famous. How about that? What about
oh yeah, exactly.
What about the people who are really talented and they never get the call, but someone who's like monotone and they just have a certain look to them?
Or they met the right person, fucked the right person, whatever.
Think about actors who you can think of at the top of your head right now. Think about actors who you can visualize at the top of your head who have mediocre at best acting chops but are famous. Something happened there. And again, I've been to, you know, I know this is going to make me sound like a pansy, but I've been to off-Broadway, all right? I go to Broadway. All right, I'm cultured.
Yeah, I've been trying to go to a Broadway show. I mean, it's right there.
You literally just jump out. But there are performers, and I'm friends with a lot of them in New York City, who are more talented than any actor I've seen in Hollywood.
Oh, for sure. Oh, yeah, Broadway is a very talent-driven specialty. For sure. I will respect that.
But these motherfuckers are not getting the call.
Yeah.
Doesn't mean shit. So sometimes in life we do have to understand that yes, it's not about fair. Sometimes a little bit of luck and connections. And talent so it's really the trifecta, and I try to live my life not being bitter. I like to figure out how to make things work for me, and that's another thing. Like I try very, very infrequently, and sometimes I do, but I try to not focus on other people. I try not to.
That's good.
I joke about it a lot, like compare, like, oh, I'm 33, and that's like a joking kind of thing. But I'm actually very happy with where I am in life. Because I would never be where I am in life had I not gone through the experiences.
Right.
I could never have had another life. I could never have done other things. Like, oh, if you would have done this or that, that doesn't work. That doesn't, I wouldn't have been me. I would have been somebody else.
It's not productive.
It's not productive, nor is it true, because you wouldn't be you, really.
Right.
You are I'm sure there's things I regret, but I'm talking about more of the experience in life.
The summation of everything you've been through.
It's even till this very day, everything you're doing is helping you grow and to be the person you're going to be, whatever that is. And you have to take every single lesson that comes in front of you.
Right.
And it may come in weird ways, and it may come in uneven ways, and there might be trauma in your life, and really good things the next day, and it might be a clusterfuck of weirdness. You take it and you use that to kind of strengthen yourself. I believe in that. I mean, it all goes back to the gym, actually, because when you're in the gym and you're going through hell when you're training, when you're breaking down muscle tissue, that's not what your body's going to look like. but you're getting your body primed so that when it regrows the muscle,
Right.
it's getting stronger, it's bigger.
That's something I appreciated about, I forget who it was that mentioned it to me, someone famous or not, I can't remember, but someone that goes through the gym to like get fit, that shows a certain element to your personality, like, yo, I put in this work. This is not something I faked. I didn't do the injections because you could tell.
Right.
I put in this work and this is the results I got, and now you can see it, and there was no faking this. Like, there is something to that that's very valuable. It's very validating.
For sure, yeah. I mean, when you put that time in, and also you have to enjoy it. Like, I think there are some people that just don't enjoy the gym.
Like me.
Right. No. But what I try to do for my clients is like, it's hard. It's hard to make someone, understand how much fun it could be.
Right.
But to make it a part of your day, like, really is like, wow. But again, I think when you start to get into a routine, though, you feel weird not doing it. Like,
I disagree.